Say, oh playmate, come out and play with me, and bring your dollies three. Climb up my apple tree, look down my rain barrel, slide down my cellar door, and we'll be jolly friends forevermore. Say, oh playmate, come out and play with me, and bring your dollies three. Climb up my apple tree, look down my rain barrel, slide down my cellar door, and we'll be jolly friends forevermore. Say, oh playmate, come out and play with me, and bring your dollies three. Climb up my apple tree, look down my rain barrel, slide down my cellar door, and we'll be jolly friends forevermore. Say, oh playmate, come out and play with me, and bring your dollies three. Climb up my apple tree, come and climb my tree, look down my rain barrel, slide down my door, and we'll be friends forever. Say, oh playmate, come out and play with me, and leave those dolls at home. You can come along, look down my rain barrel, slide down my door, and we'll be friends forever. Forever, 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 forever. Look down my rainbow, slide down my door, and we'll be friends forever. Oh, forever, oh, forever, oh, forever. Say, oh playmate, come out and play with me, and bring your dollies three. Climb up my apple tree, look down my rain barrel, slide down my cellar door, and we'll be jolly friends forevermore. Say, oh playmate, come out and play with me, and bring your dollies three. Climb up my apple tree, look down my rain barrel, slide down my cellar door, and we'll be jolly friends forevermore. Say, oh playmate, come out and play with me, and bring your dollies three. Climb up my apple tree, look down my rain barrel, slide down my cellar door, and we'll be jolly friends forevermore. Say, oh playmate, come out and play with me, and bring your dollies three. Climb up my apple tree, come and climb my tree, look down my rain barrel, slide down my door, and we'll be friends forever. Say, oh playmate, come out and play with me, and leave those dolls at home. You can come along, look down my rain barrel, slide down my door, and we'll be friends forever. Forever, 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 forever. Look down my rainbow, slide down my door, and we'll be friends forever. Oh, forever, oh, forever, oh, forever.
Hello, and welcome to the Late Night Crafty Club. Well, it's kind of funny saying Late Night Crafty Club when it clearly is still light outside here on the West Coast. I am so happy you are here. Welcome to the back of my RV, my little crafty club space. Hello and welcome, ladies. Welcome in. Come on into my little crafty club. We are going to be crafting little cards tonight. The little collage cards. They do have a proper name. I am just going to be rolling that out later. So they have a temporary name for now. I'm so happy to see my little friends. I know that my West Coast friends are probably getting dinner on the table. They'll probably be trickling in, and I know that that people kind of trickle in as the night progresses. So I will try to keep my eye on the chat room. I try to say hello to everybody when I see their little faces, but I am sure to miss people. Hi, Miss Anna. Hi, Christy. Hi, Lorette. Hello, Everyday Crafter. Hello, Valerie. Okay, I'm gonna put my glasses on. How about we do that? Valerie. Hello, Annie. Hi, Terry. Hi, Darlis. Hello, Sherry Susan. Hello, Miss Deborah. Hi, Patricia. Hi, Jamie. Hi, Justine. Can you guys hear me? Is this close enough? Do I sound good? Hi, Miss Wendy. Hello, Sharon. Hello, Chris. Hello to you and your wife. Hello, to Miss Larry who made it live. And the Everyday Crafter's a newbie. Welcome, newbie. And if you'd like to share your real name, I would love to take it. I try to write it down and try to use it. But if you feel more comfortable with your super secret YouTube name, that's fine too. That's fine too. I'm very flexible. Hi, Miss Brandy. Hi, Bren. Hello, Jennifer. Hi, Miss Bonnie. All right. Yes. She says hi. And your wife's name, if you don't mind, because I assume that your wife is actually the one who's in my community. Or I could be wrong. Maybe you guys just happened to find me because you saw a live stream going on and you're like, what's this about? Hello to, let's see, who else? Hi, Miss Heather. Hi, Miss Craft Social Kelly. Miss Kelly Anderson. Hello, Miss Ellen. And hi, Michelle. And hi, Debbie Farnham. Jamie is a cousin of Terry. Well, Jamie, I'm so glad you joined us and thank you. And thanks, Terry, for inviting your cousin. There's quite a few actually family members. Like Sherry invited her aunt to come join us. My aunt actually joined on the last live stream. I didn't realize it till she left a comment. She might have watched in the replay club. I'm not quite sure. Janice. Okay. Oh, how cute. You guys did Camp Reset together. That is awesome. So Chris, don't feel weird because I actually have done a couple workshops and husbands came with their wives. And I'm going to tell you something, ladies. I actually taught a workshop once in Sacramento at a Hobby Lobby, and a husband came with his wife, and he made the best planner I have ever seen. He was an engineer by trade. Our brother Rod is an engineer. Our brother Rod Pope in the clubhouse. He's an engineer, and it was spectacular. It was a spectacular. It was gorgeous. I taught everybody how to make the dividers, from scratch. That's one of my little foundational workshops. I don't think I have ever filmed that particular workshop. I don't know if that's even something anyone cares about anymore, but anyway, I just was so impressed. So, planners are actually, believe it or not, they're a very manly thing. Outside of the US, men are all about planners. In Europe and in Japan, when I went to Japan, there were as many men in the stationery stores as there were. In fact, there may have been more men looking at pens and the papers and the planners. It was just as masculine, men focused as it was. In fact, I would say it's not even that feminine. Like planners were not, I don't know, the way kind of how we go about our planners is a little different. I feel like planners kind of come at it two ways. They're either more of like the scrapbooky way, which I think a lot of us are familiar with, or we have kind of like that very girl boss kind of, you know what I'm saying? That very feminine scripty writing kind of planner. So I feel like there's those two styles that are pretty predominant. But yeah, American men are just, I feel like the analog men tend to be kind of the traveler notebook kind of guy, or the bullet journal, because that was developed by a man. Do you guys agree? So Chris, I love it. I love that you did Camp Reset. That's awesome. Love that. So welcome you and Janice both. And yes, Terry's like, yay, Jamie's here. Hi, Cece. Hello and welcome. Watching from Inglewood, California. Justine, thank you very much. I'm wearing pretty in pink. If you guys recall, and I'm sure you don't, but in the 1980s version of Camp Reset, that 10-week Camp Reset I did in 2020 when we were all staying home, I'm pretty sure that was the one. The one where I did the 1980s and I was the little fitness instructor with my little big fuzzy wig. This was my this was the top that came with the outfit, the little fitness instructor costume. It makes the best pajamas. Still wear it for my pajama top. Isn't that funny? I'm getting my money's worth. So it had like the little wristbands, and it had like, it even came with some jewelry. I don't know why a fitness instructor would wear jewelry, but I had the whole thing. I was committed to that role. I did a late night crafty club, trying to hype you guys up, trying to get you to join Camp Reset. Made a fool of myself, but I did it for you guys because I love you so much. I actually have seen a snippet. Like I can only watch like maybe a few minutes of the intro of that. It's so cringy. Gee, to watch myself, I'm sitting here clapping like I'm extra. I don't know how you guys stand me. Anyway, yes. So that is what this top is from. My pretty and big top. Okay. All right. Hello, Miss D. Hello from Sarasota, Florida. Hi, Deborah Peterson. Hello, Stephanie Sawmiller. Hello. Let's see. Cece, the link for bingo sheet has been posted in the chat room. Marie Louise, there's the aunt of Sherry Susan. She has appeared. Let me see. Annie says yes, Writer Carol and the bullet journal. All right. Okay. So Justine and Ellen do remember that glorious, glorious moment. Yes. So Chris was introduced to the Parent Trap. Apparently, boys don't really watch the classic Disney movies. Oh man, you were shortchanged. So yeah, that was our classic movie night movie, girls. That was yes, good times. Oh, how I remember how much we loved watching Parent Trap and the Pearl Clutch, because there were some things in there worth clutching your pearls over. I was actually digging around. You guys are going to see that in a moment. I was digging around and I actually found some little memories, some little tchotchkes from past camps. So I found the Wannacraft. There was I forget what I called it. It was like it's a printable kit, and it's like you went to Mr. Crafty's. It was like a Wannacraft kit. Like you went to the gift shop and bought it. It was, I forget what you call that. It was as if it was like you went to the store and you got a whole bunch of like souvenirs from Wannacraft. So, so cute. Anyway, I had a couple pieces in my little box. Look, it's a little Camp Wannacraft t-shirt. Isn't that so cute? So I found that. I think that year we also, in addition to Parent Trap, we watched the Lucille Ball movie Forever Darling. So that was the little ticket. This one is from the Harmony Retreat. So it was a little, what do you call these? Bookmarks. And then here's a Camp Wannacraft little bookmark. So it was really fun digging around in here. I was trying to find stuff to craft with tonight, and I found all these little goodies because I don't throw them away. I just, cram them into a box. And so I come across them. I'm sure that happens to you guys too. So, fun stuff. And I'm trying to find a way to repurpose these things into new digital products, new things, like new ways we can reuse some of those, because they're just so cute. And, I want to continue with camp concepts and stuff, like doing, camps maybe on a smaller scale or a shorter time frame. So, they're just not as, they're not as grand and epic and as time involved for everybody. Hi, Miss Elisa. Hi, Miss Jennifer Bebo. Hi, Miss Kath. It is so nice to see so many faces. Come on back to the Late Night Crafty Club. Good to see you. And hi, Miss Carrie. Good to see you. Okay. I'm sure quite a few of you might have a collection of those door hangers, right? You guys got a door hanger for every single camp, every retreat. Leave me alone. I'm at camp. Make your own dinner. Do your own laundry. I'm at camp. Mom's at camp. At least, like, leave me alone. Okay. Hi, Miss Danny. Okay. So this is going to be a 2-hour live. I have 4 sticker sheets, brand new sticker sheets to introduce to you guys tonight that are hot in the shop. And so I will be introducing you to those when I am ready to craft because I will be using them tonight. These are highly requested Corey sticker sheets. I have been asking the sticker maestro in there to whip these up for me for a long time. And I'm telling you, these took a lot of edits. And I will tell you that they took so many edits. These last 2 sheets took so many edits that when my dear sweet husband handed them back to me to look at them, he said, "Here are your stickers." And he said it in such a way that I understood that there are no more there are no more edits. These are your stickers. You accept them how they are. I am done editing now. The editing monkey has left the building. So they are what they are, is what I was hearing. So I will be showing you guys those tonight. And if you did not get your little crafty bingo sheet, which is free, all you need to do is click the link in the description box or in the chat room. If you scroll up a little higher, there is a link for it. All you have to do is just give me your email address. It's a fair exchange. You give me your email address, I shall give you the little freebie here. Now, this is intended to be a little crafting prompts just to help you get started. Nobody likes looking at a blank page, so sometimes little prompts can be helpful. It's also fun, to if you craft something on your own and you didn't need prompts, it's fun to look back like I often do and go, "Oh, can I cross something off?" So sometimes I'll use it to motivate me, and sometimes I will go back and just look and see what can I cross off. And they're pretty easy, so I'm not looking to really challenge you and make your life difficult. It is in good fun. But I do intend you to try to, go for a bingo. And once you've accomplished that, go for a blackout. So the purpose is to get you crafting and creating and to use this time to do that. So to that point, before the show, and I say this, I'm about to segue into a suggestion. Before the show, I spent about 20 minutes going through my stash, going through my stuff, and setting myself up a little box of goodies. I went through all my papers. I have a treasure box, Sis. So I have a couple boxes, which you guys have seen. These have been around for years. They're probably full of the same stuff that I've for years. So I went through them and I grabbed out different papers and little ephemera that I wanted to craft with tonight. I pulled out some stuff that I just thought might be fun or inspirational. I may or may not reach for it when the time comes, but I just thought, oh, here's some little frames. Here's some like a little sale price tag. I got a little pile of tickets here. I just like the colors that I picked out. So I found this little the Thunderhead guy looking sharp in his little kung fu fighting jacket there. And I also found these fun little punched pieces. Now, what makes these cool is these are actually the original punched pieces I made for the very first Late Night Crafty Club I ever did back in, I want to say at the end of, I want to say it was in 2016, sometime in 2016, probably towards the latter end of 2016 when I debuted the Late Night Crafty Club. My first episode was about the paper punch buffet. And so I punched a whole bunch of papers, and these are those original punches. I just scooped them out of the little bin they were in, and I shoved them into these little bags. These are what I use, like if you are gonna like travel on the go and you want to take your little paper punch buffet with you. This is a really clever way of doing that, and you can stick them on a little. Um, I'm giving you a tip within a tip. If I can find my binder ring. Hmm. Do I have a binder ring? Okay, so I actually have a whole set of little bags here. I was actually selling these in our shop for a while, if you guys recall. So there's a little bag here of little bags, and that was a portable little paper punch buffet. You could also put your ephemera in there as well, or sticker flakes. So that is what I found, was a little set of my original punches. So I grabbed them because they're fabulous. I love, love, love this paper. So I thought I'm going to try and use those and a bunch of other fun papers. I have to tell you, this is another tip from me, another little something I have found to be true is that when I think about creating, and this is, I'm a person who has very long dry spells, with creating or crafting. I find that my materials are often the thing that really like energizes me the most. It is absolutely the things to craft with. And I find that it's the foundational pieces that I love the most. So looking for the papers, the thing I want to craft on. So knowing I'm going to like cut these down into cards or use them to create part of the background. This is what it causes the hunt for it, the gathering of it, seeing all the cool eclectic little designs come together. This is what is very galvanizing to me. And if you kind of struggle with that, is trying to find that thing that makes you want to, maybe discovering what that is for you. Sometimes it's an aspect of crafting that does that for you. Maybe it's your washi or your stickers. Maybe it is like myself. It is finding the little papers. I mean, think about that for a moment. Share in the chat room or the comments below for those of you in the replay club. Let me know what would you say when you start to gather up stuff? What tends to be the thing that really excites you about the getting ready for that project? Is it the materials you're going to work with? If so, what specific materials? Is it that you're going to use like a template? Are you using a template, like a specific project template? Are you using a particular, like a kit? Sometimes the scrapbook company will put together something that's very kitted. So it can feel like I can't make any mistakes because everything is matchy matchy. I know a lot of people really love matchy matchy. They love everything to kind of be from a whole collection of scrapbook, a whole scrapbook collection, which is why, they pump them out so consistently, is because that's just so fun for people, is to make all of their cards, a whole collection of cards or a whole scrapbook out of that particular collection. So let me know, what is that thing for you? Um, I am going to get started while you guys share with me, let me know. And I am going to turn the camera down on my table so that you guys can see what I got going down here. I also am not sure. That didn't work. I hit the wrong button. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to pull some stuff out of my little box. So I'm going to move this around. Okay. Let me get my bingo sheet over here. All right. I see. I hit
an echo.
that one.
Oh, turn that off. There you go.
Okay. I hit the microphone button. Okay. So here's my little pile of scraps that I grabbed. So I have different size papers. I grabbed this little piece of cardboard that came from a package. I grabbed a piece of chipboard. that came with the photo paper. Always hold on to that little sheet of chipboard that comes with the photo paper because that's great for crafting. So I got some unusual materials to make a couple cards. They're not truly index cards, but that's okay. I also got some fun paper that I thought I would cut down and add to my little cut down papers, like these. I thought this would be kind of fun. It would be to cut down their legs and okay, I know that sounds kind of weird, but like let me get my crops here. There we go. There's my 3x5 crop. So like cut their little legs. So I just have like part of their skirt and their feet as part of an image for a card. And I would probably need to glue that to the back of an index card. But I thought that would be kind of interesting, a very, kind of eclectic. This came from I think this came from the junk journal kit I put together, that pocket art, not art, the pocket kit, the pocket cards. Yeah, the pocket cards. It was a camp kit that I made for you guys. I think this is what that's from. And it's so close to being a 3x5 card. I think I'm just going to trim it slightly and use it as a card. This is just photo paper. So I thought I would trim that. And then these scrappy pieces, because some of my index cards are, I've done something where I only put a little design on part of the card. I thought I would use some of these to create that side, half of the card backing, and then, start designing on top of it. So I pulled some of this paper out to do that. So like I have that for the side and that for the side. So I have scraps for that type of work. So I have quite a few things that I found on my little hunt. And so this isn't big enough to make a full card. So I'll use that as a partial card. So I'm going to be making some new cards if I can, and this won't make something new either, but it will make a partial. So I'm just going to separate my partials and my full cards. That's a full card. Okay, that's partial. That's full, 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 and full. Okay, these are all fulls. Okay, separated they are. And then this is so cute. So this was another little baggie that I found. And I think these little prompts are from the 1980s camp. I think these are from the junk journal we made from the 80s. And reason why I'm saying that is because of this little prompt. Love the 80s. We made a junk journal in that particular camp. So I think that's what these are from. Favorite movie, love the 80s. So they were tucked into this little bag, which I do tend to do to try and keep things together. And yeah, I have a 2x3 photo frame template. So this must have been something I was trying to keep. These were prompts, probably keeping them all tucked together. So I did find this fun this is also from that camp, as well as I think this too. So they were all in my box together. So I think that's what I'm going to do is find a way to utilize a couple of these together. I think that would be a fun little card. Love the 80s. Girls just want to have fun. So I'm going to put that together. And I'm going to stick those back. So that's what I was doing, is doing some shopping. I love shopping. I think shopping your stash can be such a fun activity, especially because I don't tend to keep my materials. I'm not really a scrapbook collection buyer. So I don't keep my products in collections. They're just everything's sort of scattered into product type. So that makes all my stuff all mixed up. So my paper's mixed up. And the only thing you guys have seen me do is I just keep my papers organized by the size. So if I have like 12 by 12 sheets that are intact, I keep them together. I don't separate them by color. And then as they get smaller and smaller scraps, they start moving into different size bins. You know, the smaller they get, the more they shift down into smaller bins. Like I'll move them into bins. Like this one's called strips. I have one called bits because they're getting smaller and tinier. And I'll get them so that they're so small that I'll start punching them into tinier pieces. So all my paper just starts shrinking down the more I use it. Like this one is punched up into little stars, but I love trying to use as much of my paper as possible, not letting any of it go to waste. Scrapbook paper is really fun to use for collaging because it's such bright and fun, happy paper. So I am going to do a couple, I'm going to do a couple foundational pieces first. And I'm not going to try to make the quote be perfect. I'm going to let it get hacked off. I'm also going to integrate this bottom strip here with the writing that says crepe paper, which I try to do. I try to keep that. I just really like it. I know that that wasn't the intention. Um, the manufacturer probably knows you guys are going to usually, cut that off for your crafts, but I really like it. So that's going to be one card. I love cutting things off and having a very asymmetrical kind of, to me, that's a design. It's the text, the fonts are a pattern of sorts, but it is asymmetrical. It's all uneven, kind of more shifted over here. This is a scrap of paper and another scrap of paper. So they'll go into their own little bins. And then it'll be a matter of finding like the right embellishment. Will it be a honey? Um, I also have these fun little kind of like they're little mock uh um like little, what do you call these? I can't remember what they call them. We'll just call them I think they're trying to be Polaroids. I have a real the little Instax. This is a picture I took. It's too big. I was kind of hoping it would be um, small enough. We do have, this is from one of our kits. It says My Comfort. So I think this came from one of our fall. I can tell looking at it that I'm the one that made this and it's a fall collection. And it probably was from the first Love Club and it says My Comfort, but there's blankets. So that could be something that goes with it because the colors are so pretty. And they really complement each other. It's very lovely. And this is the kind of thing where you could like layer it, like practice your layering. Like what can you, if you added some like extra paper behind it, what would you, I like mismatched kind of layering. And then maybe I would do a tiny attacher. And then again, just to remind you that your cards don't actually have to have anything on them. They could just be for fun. They could just be because you were practicing a skill. You were practicing, in this case, let's see, what am I practicing? I could say, I think there's a layered one. Yeah, layered. So I'm practicing my layers, my technique for layers um and that could be what I'm focused on in this, so if I wanted to add much like I do with the pocket art challenges, I'll put like the name of the prompt on a little I'll put the prompt on the actual card. That's something you could do if you wanted to, or you know do you use it to put a lyric on there or a verse or something else. So you could, isn't that pretty? I think that's pretty. If I wanted to change what that said, I didn't like that. Um, I think I'm going to keep moving it around. But one thing I like, and I saw this sitting out here, so it kind of made me wonder if I hadn't used it last week. I had an extra little clippy, and I remember pulling this clippy out to use, but it was still sitting here. So it got me wondering, did I pull that out to use and then I never used it? I sat there and talked about it, but then I didn't do it. These are interesting too. These are these vintage little clips that I bought online, although I'm not sure that I know how to use them. They seem a little complicated. Maybe I'll just use these. So I think maybe I just didn't use them. Okay. So I'm just going to clip these things together, which is kind of fun, right? You don't have to be committed to anything. You can just decide later. Another thing that I went in my stash is I found these 2 golden guide books that I got on eBay. I really love these little vintage books. My brother had one when we were kids. It was all about the seashore. And they have really beautiful little, this one was all about cacti. So I marked the pages where I thought there was some really beautiful, images that I could cut out and use, whether it was like a full page or part of it. I thought was some really neat things. I know it's going to be kind of painful just pulling the sheet out, but I really want to use the actual image, and not just take a copy of it. So like the colors here are really, 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 really similar. They're really cool looking actually. And this kind of makes me think this would be kind of fun to use as a card, but maybe with a different material. So, okay, so let me see what I mean. So it's kind of ripped. I want to use part of the text down here because I think that looks really neat. So what would happen? Oh, I know what I would do. Okay, so this is what I would do here. I would try to do this. I know I'm turning to another card when I started that one. That's okay. You know what? When creativity strikes you and something captures your attention, you just go with it. You have permission to just chase that little idea. It's like a little bunny rabbit, and you just you just chase it. It worked out for Alice, right? Okay, so all right. So here's an example of like how cool is this? Oh, that's so cool. So that would be an example of like how neat it can be if you cut something out of its native kind of background and then put it on something that it absolutely does not belong on. And then you cut everything out and give it, a different background. So this little flower would sort of be poking out, which that's not necessarily a bad thing because it can kind of be seen almost like a tab. If you notice, a lot of these cards have tabs, right? So this tab is I kind of feel like that's just sort of the same size as a tab. Now, let me see if I can make that work. So I'm going to pursue this for a moment because this one was really simple. I'm just going to set that aside for a sec. And I'm going to kind of cut this, but I'm going to cut it so that the paper behind it is getting cut with it because that backing is going to strengthen the picture in the front, which gives it a little more strength. Right? Okay. And now I'm going to glue it down. Ooh, I'm working fast and furious. Hello, Miss Birdie. She says, I love the golden guides. You have almost the whole collection. You think there's about 60 of them. I've seen quite a few. One of them I really wanted was the one about photography. And I just didn't pull the trigger. At the time I decided to go with these 2. I think I bought these 2 and a bird. There was a bird's one. So I bought them as a set. and they cost the same together as the one about photography. So I decided that I had gotten such a great deal that I was just gonna let it go. Okay. All right. I guess I don't have a. Where's that little roller thing that I once had? Here it is. Okay. This is my little professional roller thing. You guys remember what I thought was hot stuff when I bought this? The little brayer. Yeah, I don't even remember I have it most of the time. Okay. So look. Okay. So I feel a little fancy because I don't usually do this kind of fancy stuff. Do I? I don't think so. I'm a pretty simple gal. All right. So look, it's a little bit of fanciness going on in my little box now. I like it. Oh, I feel like I might need a special girl. Who is special enough to handle this? Is she special? I think that I want to use her in some form or fashion. I just don't know. She actually has a really awesome the color of everything here looks really wonderful, but she doesn't interact well with this background. So, you know what this means. You know who we're looking for. This is a job for. Dun, 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 dun. We need a honey. When only a honey can do. Um, who we got? Who we got? Who we need? Let's see. Who's gonna get the job done? Do we need a contrasting honey or a honey of harmony? So she's the first girl that stands out to me. She would be a really good honey of harmony. She'd pick up that blush pink that's in here. So she would make it stand out. I'm sorry, she wouldn't make it stand out. She would actually harmonize. It would feel very peaceful. So she would it would be calm. She would give calmness. Now this girl, she is quite sassy. She is my sassy honey. Her and her little shades. So she does not bring calm energy to this. she's she's there for fun, and she's not hiding that. So the color of her dress and everything, she's quite bold. Who we got going over here? Uh Same here. She's got that really light pink. Her dress is kind of interesting. She's kind of fun. She's like a little she's Okay, hear me out. Let me do a little storytelling. Okay, so she's got this fabulous little frock, and she's got this little what I kind of feel is a bit of a she gives me little 1930s vibes. I think that the Vogue era in the 70s, I think they kind of had this some of the little headwear kind of brought back some of the shapes of the 1930s, like the hats and headgear. And some of the little hairstyles I've seen in the sketching of their girls give vibes. Coupled with the dress she's wearing, she totally gives me like 1930s, 40s school marm. Like, and then you take her here with this, like she feels like she could be that, I don't know. She feels a bit like she was like that, either a teacher or what could women do back in that day? Like maybe she took a train and she was looking for a better life and she left her job. She left the city and she went out, struck out into the desert, like a desert flower. And she decided that she was going to try to strike it rich going and heading out to California. But she got mixed up with the wrong guy and she lost all her money. So she had to take a job in some crummy little rundown town in New Mexico. And now she's just this little wilting flower. And she's doing bookkeeping. Right? Yeah. She's the one. I like her. So I'm going with her. Okay. So she's my little desert flower. I like her. But we're going to give her a better story. She's going to turn it around. Things are going to look up for her. So this card could have like, I could put this card on. Ooh, I could actually make this a tab if I did it like that if I wanted to. That's a very fancy tab. It almost feels like an antique. Almost like it's an antique. Um, Kelly is giving her the name Daphne. Well, Daphne it is. I like it. So we could, put a little plate down right here. I feel like that finishes it a little better. And she needs something here. Something is missing. So I don't know. I think I got to bring out one of my sheets. One of the sheets. Okay, so I am sharing with you one of the brand new sheets that my sweet husband made. We're calling secretary stamps. Now, this sheet might look familiar to you because if you have bought previously one of the playbook kits, there was a full-size sheet in there that had some of these stamps on it. So this one is, these are printed on the clear stock, so you can get the fabulous look of stamping without all the mess, huh? Fabulous, right? Yes. So, I am going to put her on here. She is first class all the way. And then I'm going to put this on here, but I got to think of something. I need some glue. Okay, I really super love this. That was very spontaneous, right? Did you guys see that squirrel that ran across my desk? Did you get his license plate? I don't even know what happened. 1 second, I was working on this little pile, admiring the color scheme, and the next second, I don't even know what happened. I'll have to watch the replay because I don't even know. It's like I was hit by a craft bus. Okay, so let's do our little prayer. Pray, 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 pray. Okay. All right. Okay. So this is one of our sticker sheets, and this is like a traveling stamp set that you don't have to mess with the stamps. And let's face it, these stamps don't exist anymore, and no ink pad or mess. So this is fabulous. This is fun, and these will take you a while to work through. That's for sure. It does me. I have had a sheet similar to this, a half sheet, and they've been brown. I have used them on camera. But we decided to go with a darker shade. This is not black, but it's not the brown I had. I like the brown, but we decided to go with a darker color. So that is what these are. They're fantastic. This is one of the dream sticker sheets. I would use that all day long. This would make it on my deserted aisle along with some of my other classics. So I got her. I got her going. What else am I going to do? I feel like I am ready for my dots. All right. This is a very, this feels, so this particular cactus has these little green dots here, and I am going to do something a little literal and actually put green buttons where the little dots appear. I don't know if that's silly, but it gives it a little bit of texture. I like it. I'm going to make this one darker because it actually is darker in there. I don't know what I'm going to put on here yet. I want it to be really good. I don't want to come up with something on the fly because I'm on camera and I'm desperately trying to think of something awesome. I don't want to do Daphne wrong. So I'll wait on that. And let's see like what comes to mind when something, I am struck by possible brilliance. I'm not sure. Uh, I'm going to put her on a proper card backing because this is a original vintage paper that some woman at some point in time was filling out proper bookkeeping. You can see her handwriting and everything. Isn't that so neat to think that was someone doing their job, doing bookkeeping at some time? And now I'm scrapbooking with it. Isn't that crazy? Let's go back in time and this woman who was just sitting there doing her job every day. And then one day I came along, took that sheet out of her hand and started scrapping with it. I'm sure that would be absolutely unfathomable to people back in the day. They just would not be able to comprehend what in the world would you want to do that with my accounting pages. Are you crazy? But I love, love, love the office supplies. I do so much. Okay. Oh, yes. I'm tempted to kind of want to keep adding to it, but then there's this part of me that's like, no, just just don't go overboard. Don't do too much here. You're going to be sorry. Yeah, I think I'm going to be sorry. I think if I keep going, I think I'll be sorry. So I'm going to just leave this alone because I'm going to let that have its moment. Although I just spied this really sparkly gold washi right here with this little dot. And that's not a washi I normally grab. So I'm going to, once I find it, I don't even know if I have it on here. That's a really old washi. I don't even know if I have it. I no longer have that washi. It didn't make it. It's either with my mom and got donated to my mom's craft supplies, or it's in my storage, or I simply donated it. Okay, so if I were going to pick a washi, let's just say, what would I what what would I pick? I don't know. I'm normally so big into contrast, I'm all about the pop. Just, the bold, but there's something is going on. Now, it's so unfamiliar to me, this concept of like, no, go for harmony, go for blending, be a little more subtle. Subtle? What is that you say? Okay, so we're gonna go a little more subtle. So yeah, we're going a little more subtle. And how about how about this? I don't know if I have I I don't know. Some of you ladies like to do this, and I'm gonna try it. Might regret this, but I don't even know if it will make a difference doing anything. I'm not one to darken the sides of my cards. That's not normally something I do. So I don't even know if this ink pad is even juicy enough. It might not be juicy. I don't really feel like it is. It's not really, it's not really giving me vibes of juiciness here. I'm not seeing a little bit, kind of. I don't know. All right. So let me know. What are you guys crafting? Are you coming up with some cards? Because I'm really wanting to see some cards going on. I picked a really simple craft that would be super, super simple to pick up. In fact, a lot of you don't even need to go to the store because you have so much stuff in your little supplies and A lot of people have index cards. So there we go. Daphne is done. Okay. Daphne is in the books. So let's move on. I want to make up for last show because I was so chit chatty that I was not on top of things. But I did end up playing Fallout the next day, and I was extremely creative. I was making news. I was working on my settlement. So so yes, I gave it a lot of thought, and I was like, is this in fact of playing a video game, does it make you creative? Does it tap into creativity? And the answer is yes. I actually really find myself thinking so much about the process of building. I solve all kinds of problems that when I think about all the camps that I've built, or just so many things that I have built, I have done my problem solving while I've been playing one of Mark's video games. There's like 3 games. I can only play 2 of them on my own. I need help playing the rest because I'm not a gamer. Don't know how to use the little controller, but I can manage to play 2 of them on my own because I have a cheat code. So I did get crafty and creative, and that was a lot of fun. So it did make me think more about how so much of like even doing that is really about storytelling. And I started working on my new website, and I started working on a new camp ish, a new camp, like, should I call it ish? A camp like retreat, a camp experience. I want to call them adventures or experiences. They're like little camp adventures. So I started working on the next one. So I got a lot of stuff kicked off. That last Late Night Crafty Club really got my little my engines going. So thank you all very much. Hello, Miss Andrea. She says, I only know how to play. I can't see what that word is because the heart is obscuring it. And Mortal Kombat. Tekken. Okay, I have not heard of that one before. Okay, excellent. Okay, I do see some that are making some cards with me. Yes, Chris, I agree. Janice does need a washi hula hoop. So Laurette's making cards with me. Terry's making cards. Alan's making cards. Justine's fussy cutting supplies for cards. Diana's making cards. And Kelly shall be making cards. Let me know. Let me know what's going on in your worlds. What are you doing besides what's going on? What are you sipping tonight? What are you snacking on? Awesome. Janice is making cards. Nice. So here's my plans. Let me know what your thoughts are. The Late Night Crafty Club was really the backbone of, in my opinion, of the Reset Girl brand. I mean, I did so many live streams of the Reset Girl. And I think about, for the most part, I try to use, once I got going with doing it, eventually we introduced the Crafty Club playbook. And that's kind of what I used as sort of the vehicle for most of the live streams after that. So I had something to work on. But I gotta tell you guys, I have been bitten by this. This is actually the project that I worked on that made me fall in love with crafting again, and that made me want to create the Crafty Club playbook, that made me want to create crafty camps. So it's kind of like I'm coming back to the beginning. And this is such an easy and approachable craft that I really believe that if people who, those of you who sit on the bench a lot and watch people craft and tell yourself, like, cause I'm often that person. So I'm not trying to shame you. Please know that. Because I watch people create stuff, but I don't do it myself. I am a bench warmer from the time I was a child. Okay. So I'm an OG bench warmer. But those of you who are bench warmers and find yourselves being very, reluctant or not inspired, I'm hoping that I'm going to lure you into this world. That you will enter into this world, much like I got you into the world of the camps and all the other things. This is like a gateway craft. It's an easy, we're just using something so benign as a card. And then you can cut up your scrapbook paper because God knows most of you have oodles of it. So this is just really easy stuff. I literally took 3 pieces of paper and a clip here. I mean, I could technically call this done and stick it in my box. And when I come across it, I'd be like, oh, it's so pretty. Because it's the colors, it's the composition. Do some of you look at this and go, Corey, it just looks a little bit like some scraps that you just clipped and that's kind of lazy? And I would say that's fine. It's okay to have some lazy cards in your box. If they bring you joy, if you love the way they look, like I love the color palette. I love all the font work here because I adore fonts. I'm a font nerd. I love this. I can't tell you. If I saw this on Pinterest, I would pin this. I would pin it on multiple boards. Like this was not an intentional. I didn't design all the pieces myself. I just brought some colors together. But I gotta tell you, I genuinely love this. And that's what your little box, your collection, that's what I want it to be for you. I want it to be like you look through your box, maybe some of your cards are like, I was just practicing, I was just trying. But once you get going, those little practice cards, maybe eventually you move them into another separate location and you're like, that was when I was warming up. And you have a separate thing called your warm up box. And then you keep your knocked them out of the park box, when you were playing your A game, and you keep them in a separate, like I got myself this little vintage recipe box. And these are the cards that I'm just like, every now and then I want to remind myself, like, no, you do make cute stuff. These were simple little things and like these are fun and they inspire me. And I'll look back at my own stuff and go, look, just copy what you did before. just just steal from yourself. So it's kind of like that. You learn a lot of stuff about yourself and your style and what you like, and you develop your own little recipes. See where that was totally unintentional. But I have talked about that in the past about having like a little recipe card for like your style, your little shtick, what are the little things that you like to do? And it's really fun to practice on a little tiny canvas. You won't know until you try. And then you find out like tonight, these look so different than what they looked like the other night. And it's because I went shopping and I unearthed all new materials. So now I have new stuff to work with. Now things are going to look new, exciting. I'm excited to make some more cards. So I really, really want to encourage you. And by saying all that, I was thinking the same way that we got Listers Got a List going. I think that debuted in 2016. The same way that got going, I was thinking about making a prompt-based challenge for making little cards such as this. Which, by the way, you can write stuff on the back of these. If you want to put a list on the back of these, you could do that if you wanted to. Look how much real estate you have to put a list on the back. Huh? Hmm? Huh? Think about that. Am I enticing you? So, I was thinking about making this going forward for next year and like bringing back a challenge, a monthly challenge and Late Night Crafty Club to be a consistent feature again. And it would center around this fun thing and that you would know that like, oh, it's that time of the month. We're doing this fun activity and I'm going to get my crafty on and I'm going to start getting, getting my, getting your, what is that word? Getting your, I can't think of the right word. It all just fell apart there at the end. The wheels fell off my little wagon. I can't bring it home. But just, getting your thing together. Your little, some of you are like very much habitual crafters, and a lot of you enjoy the camaraderie. You're kind of like rainy day crafters. You'll do it once in a while. I'm a rainy day crafter. I'm a once in a while crafter, and when I craft, you watch it because I do it on camera. I'm not doing it in my room by myself. That's very rare. If I'm doing it, it's because I generally kind of have to, maybe. Like I'm crafted to make some stuff for like the clubhouse for my Lucky Dip girls. They're a little printable that they get from me. My handmade printable that I make. Yeah, that's it. Everything else I do on camera because I'm just, that's just me. Maybe that's you too. Maybe you're not much of a crafter, but you like creating. So I thought this would be fun to make kind of a grid out of that. I think that's kind of fun. I found all these fun little tickets and I was like, "Oh, these are kind of neat." Some of them are fake tickets, like this little Maggie Home, not Maggie Home, sorry. Perish the thought. That was Crate Paper Craft Market Collection. That one is that. Let me see. So Mojo, personality, all of those things. Yeah. So you guys are all kind of, so let me know. Do those of you who have been listening to my little spiel, are you in? Do I have you on board the train, the card train? And I am going to put out a very simple little workshop to kind of like introduce the little card concept like formally, and put together some like cute ideas that I think that will last you. And all right, Laura, it's on. I got a song playing in my head. I'll give someone oh wow, I just realized that there's actually multiple songs that it could be about being on the train. As soon as I was about to ask you guys who wants to guess what song I'm thinking about being on the train. But then I just realized, no, two more songs just popped in my head after that. Yeah, okay. So, all right. Ellen says she bought the season ticket. Woohoo! Denise is totally in. Justine's in. Annie's in. All right. Okay, Andrea's at her desk. Terry's obsessed. Terry and Stephanie are definitely on the train for sure because I have seen them post consistently in the clubhouse ever since the train project started. The train project, the card project. They have been posting consistently. So I know they're in. Okay, so I really like this. I love the colors, and I just realized that this little tab sticking up makes that tab. So I like that. That's two. I'm trying to get that pink and orange combination that I love so much. And then I think I want the real ticket though. I don't know where Whitney's Playland is, but that sounds like something back east. Let me know, East Coasters, is Whitney's Playland on the beach a place that you are familiar with? That sounds like a real place, and that's a real ticket. This is not fake ephemera, it's real. So let me know. I'm curious. I need to find something to fill that little gap. All right, who else is in? Who else is in? Who is with me? Yes, Justine agreed. This green and black combination is delicious. Okay. Andrea has a multi-class. Hello, Rebecca. She says, oh, yes, she's training. Nice. Hi, Doreen. Doreen's on the bus headed to the train. Nice. Well, Jennifer says that she needs the train to go slower. No worries. The train is it's a sweet little train. It's like the train we rode like as little kids, you know, the train that they have at the park or the zoo, the cute little train. It's not the crazy one with the local and the you know, that fold the steam engine one. It's not that one. Okay, so Denise says Whitney's Playland was in San Fran. Really? Is it the one at the end of Pier 30, not Pier 39, Pier Fisherman's Wharf? Is it that one? Denise. Oh my gosh, I've been there. I would never have guessed that that was it. All right. Well, thank you. That is not what I envisioned where it was whatsoever. Okay, I have been to that place. Well, that's cool. I actually have a ticket from a place I have actually been. All right. So let us keep going. Please let me know in the comments if you're with me on the train. I'm looking for train riders who are wanting to ride with me on the card train, because this is what I would like to do next year. I would like to continue the Late Night Crafty Club. I would like to do that. I feel more comfortable knowing I have a project to work on, knowing I don't have to come up with stuff all the time. So I'm not, as you are aware, I am a person who likes to stick with one thing consistently for a long time. And I feel like this is my thing. It's like the pocket art challenge. Now, the reason why the pocket art challenge was challenging for me is that the videos needed to be filmed and edited, and that got really difficult to do. In the same season, we were doing other things in our business, so I had to kind of put that on hold. But the concept of the pocket art challenge, I absolutely adore, and I would love to continue adding to that series, but just not on the same time frame like the challenge had. But I would like to make pocket art again, because I found it to be absolutely so fun and glorious. I would love to I think that possibly I'm finding some fake tickets here. I wonder if any of them can be cut. I don't know if I cut them though. What if I don't cut a ticket? What if I just put some weird thing here? How about a weird thing? I'll just do a weird thing. So with this, I'm going to staple it together. Staple it. And I'm going to put one of my does somebody need a ruffle? I feel like I could use some ruffles here. Oh, my Lanta. Oh, my Lanta. That absolutely needs a ruffle. She needs a ruffle. Everybody needs a ruffle. That's magical. Ugh. See, I'm a one-trick pony. I see one thing I like and I want it on everything. Is that terrible? Does that just make Is that weird? I don't know. I have seen artists, when you go to see an artist's like exhibition, they will show like one show and they'll have like a continuity to their like a series that they'll do, you know, like there'll be a theme to it, and it's like you can tell they were inspired by something. Or like when you watch Project One Way and they do their collection, and it's obvious that there's like a theme to it, and there's like some pieces that are like repeated. I just have a very big thing with repetition, and I'm obsessed with these little ruffles. I just I'm just gaga for them. I'm going to trim this one slightly so I get a little more space around them. Okay, Deborah said what song came to her mind was People Get Ready by Curtis Mayfield. Okay. Okay. That's really good. That's a good choice, Deborah. And that's an excellent song. I think the song that popped into my head was Love Train. Now, I'm starting to doubt myself. Is that the name of the song, though? It's the same era as that song. And now I have that song in my head, although I can't think of how the lyrics go, of course. They kind of sing the words rather fast. Okay. So I got this going on. I love the colors. I love the colors. Hmm. Do I love that more? I kind of love that more. Let me think. Yes, 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 that's it. Yes, thank you, Ellen. That's it. Except they sing it so fast. Like I'm afraid to even attempt to sing it because it would sound so silly. How they sing people all over the world. How do they sing it so quickly? Like this is before they had, auto tune and everything. Okay, can I tell you this? Do you guys remember my Gen X friends? Do you guys remember "It's the End of the World as We Know It" by REM? And you guys remember that song and how crazy fast those lyrics were. Um, and many a teen tried to sing that song on their own, like try to keep pace. Well, I went to his concert with my friends and heard him sing it, and he did not sing it that fast in real life. He could not keep up that pace, so he definitely had a little bit of help in the recording studio. It was a little. I mean, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't the speed of which we heard it on the radio. Let's just put it that way. So it was a little disappointing. I hope I didn't just spoil things for you. Okay. Oh my gosh, I am loving this card. I'm just like I am one with my cards tonight. I am just loving this. Okay. You know what it is? It's the stitching that's doing it for me. It's the stitching. It's just ah. You know what I need to do? I need to start photographing my cards and putting them on a blog and pinning them to Pinterest. Why am I say that I've said this before. I pin other people's stuff. Why am I not pinning my own stuff to my boards? People do that, they pin their own work to their boards, and I should be doing that because this is something I would pin, and I would stare at it and go, how'd they do that? What made them pick that? I love looking at collages and try to analyze, like, why'd they make those moves? Why'd they pick that? Why did they do this? Do you guys ever do that? Is that something that you do too? Fess up. Spill your guts. Okay, bye, Darlis. It was good to see you. Kelly says we had a local radio station play it for 3 days straight once when they were being taken off the air. Um, Chris says, self goal sing I Want You from Savage Garden. That's fast. Okay, I will have to look that song up now. I need to check your homework there. I need to see what you think is fast. Need to know. Okay. I feel like some dots would kind of be awesome. And like 3 dots right here. Oh, yes. Oh, wait. Would they compete though? Wait, do they compete with this? I don't want them to compete with that. How about the mustardy ones? How about mustard ones? All right, pin it, pin it. Oh, I know what I should be doing. I should be doing light blue. That's the color that's needed here. That's going to really contrast really well. All right. Sarah says, I love crafting for the joy of it without a big end goal. I loved that REM song too, and I loved the video for it. I remember that. Doesn't that just seem like it was not that long ago? It's weird how time just goes by, and all of a sudden we look up and we're like women in our 40s and 50s. Like, what? Oh, and women in our 60s. Okay. Ta-ta. Okay, I've sensed another sticker. Feel like another stamp. This just feels like a stamp kind of. If you're interested in the little stamp sheet that is also linked in our it's linked in the description box, but you can find it at theresetgirl.com. Okay, so how am I doing? I am making up for my poor performance last Friday when I was not not the not the crafting maven that I let's see. Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh, okay. So what happened to my ruffle? I am missing a ruffle. Okay, I'm missing my ruffle. Maybe I stole it from myself. We'll just say I did. That's what happened. And what do I think should happen here? So the cool thing is that this is a little piece of paper that talks about a waistband. So I want to, let's see, maybe I don't want to, no, it looks better when it's clipped from the top. It just does. Okay, and now I want to check to see of these little tabs that I punched, does that one look good with this? Oh, my Lanta. It looks good with the light blue paper. Oh my gosh. I am just loving, 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 loving this. So I have some unusual tabs tonight. Did a little something different. Ooh, do I have, isn't it experimented? Yes, it is. I'm going with experiment. Experiment layered. I'm definitely going to go with loved because, oh, my Lanta, Daphne is amazing. Loved, loved, loved. Okay. Oh, and I made a grid tonight. I gridded. This is a grid. So let's get, okay. That's delicious. And you know what? Let's pull out our second sheet. This is back in the day stamps. Yes. So I feel like there is a good stamp on here for this particular card. So I wanted to grab that one. So back in the day has some fun little advertising stamps and some classic postal stamps down here. And like the little, what were those called? The little green stamps. So that's what we got going here. So these are one of the four. So these are the two I've shown tonight. That we have available. I think I am gonna go with I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. I think I like this one. This is a little bus ticket stamp. Yeah, these are fun. These are fun. These are fun. So it could either go here or up here or here. Sorry, I'm turning the card away from your eyes, but I'm trying to see where does this make sense? Okay. Oh my gosh, I love that. Okay, I've got 3 knocked out. Boom, boom, boom. And I love them. Love them. Sometimes you can feel a little meh about, like you can make several things and go, I love this one. The rest are like, oh, I like them. Like you like something and then you love something. No, I love those. They turned out great. Okay, let's see what else. What else we got? What else we got going? I really like her. She's really cute. I definitely would cut her out of her little background because I think that would make her stand out even more. Also think she needs to be on something else. So what else? Other materials do I got going here? What else did did I say I was going to use? I said I would use this one. Oh, I wanted to do this. Well, let's do it on here. This 80s one. Girls just want to have fun. Oh, girls just want to have. All right, so let's see what we got going here. So this cardboard is a little shorter that way. Nice. Denise said her sister tried to wash her freckles off with Comet. Do you guys remember that little book called Freckle Juice? I want to say Freckle Juice was a Judy Bloom book. Denise, have you at any point in her life given her a container of Comet for her birthday or Christmas or anything with a big bow on it? Because if you haven't, that is a missed opportunity. All right, so I got some cardboard goodness right here. It's like all, this side is actually kind of dirty. So this would be kind of fun. Um, Girls just want to have fun. And then this would be kind of fun to probably center it on the box. So with this, I wanted to cut out the words. I just lost that little strip that had the prompt that said I love the 80s. Nope, there it is. Okay, here we go. So I don't know if this is going to look good, but I was going to try to make this into like almost like it was word strips. Girls just want to have, that's all they really want. Girls just want to have fun. Oh, girls just want to have. Okay. So, girls just want to They just wanna. Do you guys remember? Uh, Girls Just Want to Have Fun in the movie night. I think that was part of our 80s night, our 80s camp. Um, I don't think I have an 80s girl. I don't have an 80s. Oh, I'm trying to think. Do I have any of those stickers? Hold, please. Ugh, we have those little. I think that wouldn't be my style though. I know we have the little girls from our camp, the little peg doll girls that we made that are 80s. Okay, I'm trying to see if I have something I can use. I'm I'll be I got some honey halfsies going on here. I like their clothes. I don't think they're very 80s, but they um who looks the most like they want to have fun? Her outfit, she looks the most like in the color palette, so she looks pretty, and she's a redhead. So she definitely looks like she wants to have fun. She's a little cutie girl. So I think she'll be my girl coming up right here. So this is kind of fun. This is like a unusual. I'm trying to decide, do I want it to be on the clean side of the cardboard or the dirty side? I think that's kind of fun having an unusual. I'm gonna kind of smush the cardboard down a little bit. Oh, Ellen got a bingo. The phone rings in the middle of the night. And then what happens, Chris? What happens? My father yells some my father yells, "What you gonna do with your life?" Oh, Cyndi Lauper. I don't know about you girls, but she definitely inspired me to dance in my room with the hairbrush. Please tell me I am not alone. Who else was with me singing to their hairbrush to Cyndi Lauper? I can't think of anybody else that ever inspired me to do such a thing. I never even did that with Madonna. But Cyndi Lauper, heck yes. Wait, did I have Madonna? No. Girls just wanna have fun. They just wanna. And then when she did the soundtrack for Goonies, oh my Lanta. But for some crazy reason, the Goonies, the main song that she did for it, I don't know what happened, but like MTV was so stingy about that song, like playing it. It was so hard to record it. It was so hard to get it recorded, because you know how we had to do that back then. You had to record it on VHS, but you never knew when it was coming on. I always had little bits and pieces of it, but I never had um a full copy of it, and it was really weird. It was like some weird thing that they just didn't play it very often, and I don't know why, because Goonies was a really big hit. And it was really fun because they had, if you guys recall, it was a video with all of the wrestlers in it, all the famous I don't remember which wrestling. Was it WWE? It was kind of like before wrestling got really, really Crazy weird. Okay. So I think I might have to cut off one of her arms, as you do. So many honeys have their arms cut off. Okay. So girls just want to have fun. My father says, when you gonna live your life right? Okay, thank you. That is it. Yes, father, that's clearly what I said. I like to peel off the layers of cardboard to reduce the bulk, but saw the cardboard effect. Yes, I have seen somebody do that in a crafting video. Who did I see do that? I think it was Seaweed Kisses. She was showing how she likes to. I watched one of her videos a long time ago, and she peeled off just like one layer. So she was just peeling off one side of the cardboard. But I think smushing it will be good enough for me. There we go. There we go. Here we go. Okay. It's pretty mushy. So now that we have that, I'm going to put this on here and this on here and this. That didn't really stand out very much. Okay. It doesn't really stand out as much as I thought it would. So I feel, is it in here? Let me see. Do I want some stars? I'm looking for a little bit more razzmatazz, a little bit more glitzy glam. Which I do have here. Let's see. I have some of this. I have some gold sparkly letters. What can we get out of here? This is like these are thick. Now I'm just adding thick upon thick. That's probably not a very smart idea. Okay, let's go back to, this is just, it needs a little pizzazz. Do I have any pizzazzy anything? Okay, how about my little gold stars? I feel somebody approacheth.
Diana says you have the words wrong. Wanna.
No! I see Diana. Corey, check the words. Oh, my Lanta. No, it just would. No, it's not possible. It's not possible for me to have a fantastic craft night. I must make a ridiculous mistake. Oh, goodness gracious. This was on sticker paper. Not only did I put it in the wrong order, but I also pasted down stickers. Okay, to my to be fair, this is the old piece of ephemera. Had no idea it was actually sticker paper. Man, I was on such a roll. Thank you guys for pointing that out, that I was looking at it but not looking at it. Not funny how you could literally be looking at something and not even see. I didn't even read it. I looked at it. Girls just okay. There we go. Oh my goodness. I'm just here to make you feel better about yourself. This is it. This is the future, girls. Right? We're all having fun now. This is the joy of aging. I'm just gonna blame it on that. I don't have any excuse. I have no idea what just glitched in my little matrix in my mind. Okay, so there we go. I went to go find my little gold stars because this is all I can think of to like zhuzh this up because this is not working for me. This is just too plain. Too plain. Okay, so I need my little, there we go. I got two more sticker sheets. Oh goodness. This glue. I'm not sure if this glue will even want to hold. Maybe that's a better solution, Kelly, than what I'm doing. Do you think I should do white dots instead of the stars? Okay, Kelly is suggesting I do white dots, and I'm thinking that white dots instead of stars because I think that would look weird to do both. So I'll put a couple stars. Okay, so we got disconnected and we're reconnected now. Okay, so I will re-ask my question because I'm not sure if you heard it. So Kelly suggested white dots, which I love that idea. I love my white dot pen. So I'm like, I think that would be a great idea. I also have these little gold stars, which are glittery, although on camera isn't really doing as great of job of showcasing them, I think. But be that as it may. What do you guys think? Do you think the white dots? Because I think white dots could be incredible too. So I await your vote. I can go white dots. And I'm thinking, Kelly, you said white dots in the background because I could totally go that way. I'm just sprinkling on. I'm just trying to look for something a little more razzmatazz than just the cardboard is a little drab, and this is literally supposed to be selling fun. So if I'm not feeling the fun on this one, yeah, I think the gold stars are kind of not selling it either, although they are more zhuzhy in person. But let's go with the white dots. All right. So Kelly, if it doesn't turn out awesome, it's totally your fault. So there we go. I will come to collect from you in Minnesota. So win-win. Yeah, Kelly's a maximalist. She's like, I would do both. All right, but okay, so I'm gonna do this. So scared. Okay, so not sure. Am I just doing polka dots? You know what I really like is I really love a a symmetrical kind of pattern. I don't think I'm really like a scattered white dot girl. I like when dots have a pattern. I just have a feeling I'm gonna mess this up. just, I'm going into this with so much trepidation, right? Annie, Kelly is a more is more. She's a more is more girl. Okay, so you really do have to press this puppy down. So I'm making a little frame, but I do agree with Kelly that the white dots was a good call. Um, it does feel a bit like a marquee to me now, like a theater marquee. I'm probably not doing it like you would have done it, but it does feel a bit like it's like, you know, like a movie, like lights, camera, action. I wish the dots were bigger. In my mind, they were bigger, but they're coming out kind of small. I love this pen so much. This is a great pen. Now it makes me want to get more of these type of pens. What was I doing with my life? Here's one drawback. The cardboard is kind of sucking up the paint. So I don't know if a second coat will keep it going, but that looks awesome. Good call, Kelly Anderson in Minnesota. So hopefully the ink will dry good and not get sucked up into the cardboard again. I wish I could make like a little sound like, that little high pitched squeaky sound that Cyndi Lauper makes, which I don't know what that sound is, but that would be so fun to make those like write them out in the little borders. She makes the female equivalent little squeaky sounds that Michael Jackson made in his in his singing style that he had. That it's sort of like that weird little style that they had. It's kind of individual to them. I don't know. I don't even know, were those words? Because they're not really words. But you would know it when you heard it, who was singing. It was so unique. All right. That's my fourth card. I still got time. Let's see what else I got. What else can I do? What else did I say I was going to do? Oh, okay. I think I'm just doing a free fall. I want to sing, but Laurette made a good point. YouTube and their relentless demonetizing, striking there. And we've been in YouTube jail before. YouTube jail is not a friendly place. It changes you. If you guys recall, we went to YouTube jail right before camp launched too, and it was a horrible time to be in YouTube jail. And it changes a person. You're never the same after you've been there. That's all I got to say about that. So so yeah, so now I have all these songs, which I'm pretty sure I've sang songs before. So, oh, hi. I guess what?
You haven't shown me.
Oh, thank you. I have some right here.
Why not? You haven't shown me.
Okay. That was my hint. Apparently, I'm not a very good sales girl. Okay. So let me get this last little. There we go. I have Z going right there. Okay. Already, this colors are delicious and fantastic. And this makes me want to cut this little girl. She, what she reminds me of? It's not her, but she reminds me of Madge. You guys remember Madge, the Palmolive lady? She reminds me of her. She's got that same look about her. So she's got a little chef's hat or something on, but I'm gonna trim that to make it look more intentional. So I'm going to trim this, and I'm going to do what I do with the honey to get this, like, she's got this white spot here. So first of all, I'm going to see if that white spot, that white spot actually, if you look at where she's landed on my card, it actually makes sense that it's white here. If I cut it away, it might look kind of strange, but it actually is fine. All it's doing is there would be blue lines here where the card is. And so it's really not kind of a problem. It would just be more work. So that actually was a nice, what do you call it? A serendipitous little, serendipitous crafting. I can't think of, why are like half my sentences coming together tonight and then they all fall apart? No, it's okay, Laurette. I don't want to go to jail either. I don't want to go to jail. I don't want to be making one of those videos that said my YouTube channel was demonetized. My YouTube channel was taken away. I don't know if you guys have noticed that there are quite a few of those videos around. All right. Oh, there's a fisherman floating by on the river. It's so fun to see that. So many people floating by. This is not the kind of river you can go swim in, or it's not a lazy river. It's a pretty fast flowing river. It's a dangerous river. Hi, Jonna. Josephine the plumber. That's her name, huh? I did not know that. Thank you for the little fun fact. Okay, so Josephine the plumber, I think, is going to get some of our other stickers that I am introducing tonight. So these are the final stickers that we have to share. These are the mini diamonds. Okay. And these are the mini hexies. And if you notice, the mini hexies have quite a few designs that have the little yearbook photos built into them. How cute is that? There's little advertisings and little illustrations also, which kind of makes them unique compared to the gumballs. Although there's quite a few gumball patterns in here. The Vintage Love is that kind of design that we use because it's my favorite. It is my personal favorite, and it's another sticker sheet that I would take with me to a deserted aisle. My gumballs, my layering circles. So we took this and we turned them into hexies, but Mark added some really fun little hexies because they're so tiny. So we have some that have like little girl faces built into them as well. And then there's like little yearbook photos. So they're mini hexies because these have been sized down. These are not the same size that you are familiar with from like the paper punch buffet. These are quite small because these have actually been sized so that you can use them with the cards. So you can make little tiny clusters if you wanted to. So you could get quite a few clusters, quite a few cards made with them if you wished. So like I would use maybe 4 or 5 on a card to make a little cluster, but you can make a whole little collage with them. And then we have the mini diamonds. So these little rhombus diamonds are another favorite shape for me. Between the hexies and the rhombus, I have made many, many of the little patterned dividers. I've demonstrated that in quite a few of the camps. It's like my favorite thing to do. I call it like a quilt pattern or a quilt. I can't remember how I phrase it, but they're so fun. And so this is also a mixture of the like little illustrations mixed in with the gumballs. And there's also some patterns from other collections too. So these are also sized down so that you can use them on cards. So this is like a really fun way of adding some of that really fun vintage, like pops of color onto your cards. I don't tend to reach for the circles as much, like the little gumballs. I notice that I don't tend to reach for those as much with these. I like the layering circles, like I'll use one big one. Um, but when I look at like my previous cards, when I was like looking through here, um, I see big layering circles, but I noticed that like I really love making the little clusters is what I'm really into these days. So that is why I was so thrilled that Mark made these for me. So he's made them for me and my friends. So this Friday, we are introducing these 4 sheets. So let me just give you a heads up. These are in the shop. And as many of you know who've placed an order with us know that we have a $20 minimum shopping cart. So, just to give you a heads up on things, if you don't love everything, you love one sheet, but you don't want to have to buy stuff you already own so that you're just trying to meet that minimum, we are going to be releasing some more products next Friday. So please don't feel like you have to order stuff tonight or you're not going to get anything because these will still be here next Friday. And I plan on releasing some more stickers, honey stickers, as well as hopefully I'm going to have some digital product as well. And I believe that counts towards your cart, your cart total. So I just wanted to let you know that so that you didn't rush to get them thinking that that you had to. There will be more product coming, and I wanted you to know that so that you had all the information. So, and I appreciate each and every one of you who places an order tonight. Thank you so much for your support. That means so much to us, Mark and I. We love having electricity to power our air conditioner, and we love to eat. So, thank you. You're literally sustaining us. So I appreciate that very much. You are so sweet. So thank you. And that's it. That's all I have to say about our little sheets, but I do want to use one of them. Okay. So I'm thinking what did you said was it Josephine? Josephine, the plumber. Okay, so Miss Josephine. She's got this like the white side of the card. I feel like it needs, I don't know, it's kind of a little challenge here now is possibly is putting maybe a little cluster. I don't know. We got this green Comet bottle. So maybe we want to echo that little bottle, and we got the pink over there. Mark put some florals in here that I don't usually have to work with. Oop, that one is going to come off. Okay. No, I don't like this one. That one is not the right fit for the sheet. It needs to be. It's kind of funny. It's like I'm trying to figure out the personality I need here. Is it like a contrast or is it yellow? I don't know. This is so interesting. Okay. I like the little white space that it gives around it. And then sometimes I like to pull the design like really far down away from the original cluster, and then sometimes like take it off the page. So like this is one of the things I like. I'll put half of a diamond on the bottom of the card to like line it up, make sure it's matched up with that, and then oops. And cut it off like that. And then I'm going to put a stamp on here. Josephine's getting a little help from her chef friend. And then I need my label maker. I don't know what I'm going to do when I use up all this tape. I'm going to be so sad. Okay. Denise, are you still here? Brandy says, I grew up in Anderson. The heat in the summer is not for the faint of heart. Brandy, did you tell me that before, that you grew up here? I did not have any idea that it got this hot here. You know, it's really very it's very, what's the word? I was telling me and Mark were talking about this. Um it's very what's when you know when something is like you're tricked? It's very tricky. You're deceitful, uh oh gosh, it's already happening. I'm literally losing my vocabulary. Um okay, I thought that would make you laugh. I'll make Denise, I'll take a really good photo of it and I'll send it to you in the clubhouse so that you can send it to her. Because I think that she'll get a kick out of that. This is for Denise's sister. She said earlier that when her sister was a little kid, she tried to use Comet to remove her freckles. And as a little girl who had freckles, I feel for her sister. I wanted nothing more than to remove my own. But Comet is not how you go about it. Miss Jonna, let's see. I want to say it's ballet slippers. I think it's ballet slippers. Let me see. It is ballet slippers. It is the classic Essie ballet slippers. It's one of those colors that brides love. So we got Josephine the plumber and her little friend. And then I feel like I feel like there is a little extra something here that is needed. But what is it? I know it's needed. A stamp. And not just any stamp, a date stamp. Deceptive. Thank you. Deceptive. Thank you, girls. Thank you. Deceptive, deceptive. I see it. It is deceptive. Okay, so let me tell you a little something. I know that you guys are probably tired of hearing me talk about this, but if you've ever been in this part of the state, north of Sacramento and south of the Oregon border, so it's a very beige part of the state. It is very, very dry. It's very beige. It's a lot of brown. Okay. It's not picturesque, but Redding sits in this gorgeous little green pocket. You can almost imagine for a moment it's a little Pacific Northwest, almost, because you can see in the distance all the snowy capped mountains. You can see Mount Shasta. It is like a little pocket of emerald. It is deceiving. Because your mind tricks you into thinking, as what people who've lived in Washington for many years, Mark and I tricked ourselves into, you make this assimilation and it makes you think that there's this, like the weather might be similar. Somehow it feels benign like Washington. Washington is pretty temperate, in terms of like summer. It has a very short summer heat span. So I really was tricked. It is absolutely deception. I don't know how this area stays green. It's trickery. It is absolute trickery because it is as hot as, I mean, it doesn't stay as hot as Death Valley, like as long as it does, but it gets temperatures up there. I mean, it's crazy. If I wasn't out there hauling hoses around and watering this lawn, it would be straw. It would never make it. It would be dead as doornail. But it's very interesting. And there's a gorgeous flowing river flowing by. I mean, it's beautiful. And I think, all of that makes people probably think that they could, jump in the river and go swimming and floating, and you really can't. You will be swept off to your death. It is extremely dangerous river. So, yeah, it's a deceitful little little place here. Um this this stamp pad was also deceptive. It is not juicy whatsoever. Okay. So I've kind of messed it up a little bit by stamping it too much with too many dates, but right, exactly, Annie. I don't know what they're going to do when I leave because there's no sprinklers out here with this giant lawn. I wish I could show you the lawn so you could behold how beautiful it is. There's no sprinklers over here. You literally have to water it manually, and you need multiple sprinklers to move around to do it. So it's going to be very interesting what happens. Why is it so dark in here all of a sudden? It's like, what happened to it looks very light on camera though. So there's my little card. She looks so cute. That is another card that just like boom fell together. I don't know, you guys. The crafty bug bit me tonight. This is one of my best crafty nights. Sometimes I am not sure and about myself and why I'm even bothering with anymore. And then tonight I'm like, wow, I love what I did. I hope that doesn't sound braggy. I'm just saying, like, I personally love what I did. I like it for myself. Sometimes you have to sit back and admire your own little work of your hands, you know? That's just really cool how that just fell, this picture and this paper just fell perfectly together. Like that demarcation line. Boom, look at that comet, the bottle and everything. That was just beautiful. And even though girls just have fun even though that happened, it's still Kelly Anderson. You just gave me a bomb card because you told me to use white dots. So I love that. Oh, Doreen says she's trying to recall the little cartoonish Martian that would sit on the guy's shoulder. Your chef reminds me of that. That's so true. You know what, Doreen, didn't that little Martian, didn't it? I know what you're talking about. I can totally picture him in my head. Does anyone remember that character? Thanks, Cece. I love all the emojis. Wow. Are you a teacher? Are you a teacher in your day job? So Gizmo, Martian. Oh, so Martian, Gizmo, Gazoo. Oh, Gazoo. Oh, you know what? Rebecca, is Gazoo that just burst a memory. Is that from Flintstones? Did Flintstones have a crossover where they had a little Martian on their show? I think one brain cell just gave me a recollection of that. Gazoo does sound right, doesn't it? Okay, Cece says I do accounting. Then look, did that resonate with you? Look, that's one of your people. That's the work of one of your sisterin. I'm assuming it's a sister. I don't know. Maybe it could be a brother, but that writing looks rather feminine. Okay, so Chris said Rebecca said what I meant, and she meant what she said. Okay, Diana's voting with Gazoo as well. And Jonna says, yes, I was just talking with my friend about him. Flintstones, yes! Yes! I feel a little bit of redemption. I can't remember some simple vocabulary words like deception or deceived, but I can remember a Flintstones episode. Dang it. Okay. Doreen says she just looked it up. Gazoo's voice was Harvey Korman. Okay, with the big head. The great Gazoo. All right. So this little guy has a Gazoo vibe going on with his little head. All right. So there's Josephine pimping her little freckle killer. And then we have Daphne, the little desert flower accountant, the bookkeeper. Actually, she probably would have been a bookkeeper, the little 1930s bookkeeper, who struck out from the big city to go find a new life in California, got lost along the way, and ended up in somewhere in the desert. And then we have my little fun grid, my ticket grid.
Your light is really throwing off the color of those.
Oh, is it?
Showing them.
Well,
Yeah.
Well, you know what? When I'm looking at that playback, it's beautiful.
No, they were like red.
Okay, well,
So I
it
don't know
was
if you want to show.
okay. It was for me. It looked gorgeous on my screen. It was gorgeous. Okay, I will do that over again. The magic of editing. Okay, let's go back. Let's see that again. All right, let's look at Josephine and her comment. She's got the freckle killer. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, there we go. And then we have my grid of tickets with the little doodads, extra doodads on it. And I love this little detail about how this little tab is going to stick up like so, like this little ticket, and it's going to act like a tab. How fun is that? I love that. Actually, you know what? She needs a tab. Josephine. And this was the other cool little tab from my original collection of Paper Punch Buffet. So, right now these tabs are blank. I don't have anything on them, but they actually do have in my box. A lot of the tabs actually do have things on them. So I will add something later, gator. So I'm going to add that. I'm also going to do a little punch for extra security. So now it is perfection. That's adorbs. Okay, so I will take a photo of that one. And then we have this one. So what I was thinking that I might do with some of my cards, I'm pondering this. I don't know if people would be interested, but I was thinking about actually scanning these, doing like high res scans and then selling them. If people are interested in purchasing my little artworks, that was something I was considering. Now, the ones I do here would be different than the ones that I would do from the clubhouse, because I would still do a separate lucky dip for the clubhouse. So these would be something separate. So this is Daphne, our little bookkeeper. Here's our girls just want to have fun on the cardboard, which is fun. And it does, I feel like it needs a tab as well, but so this paper, notice this paper right here. I noticed the date on there, 2014. Oh my gosh. Because I love this paper so much and I bought sheets and sheets and sheets of it. And I'm never going to use it up. It's like 10-year-old paper and I still have gobs of it. I'm going to treat this like a tab. It is just too wonderful. And I'm cutting it so it's like that. Isn't that fun? That's fun. Now, I do feel a little bit like it needs a little bit of safety and it needs a little bit of rounding. Okay, so that's what that one would look like in there. And then Daphne would be in here. And then this is my little, I feel like this is like my layers and bits card. I don't really have anything. This one's pretty simple. I might add some, I, uh, I don't know. I don't want to, I love an ampersand. I have these like little thickers. These thickers are not, they don't come off here good. Like every bit of them like wants to, does not want to come off the backing. Yeah. So we're going to put a little glue on this one. Now, the thing about putting it up high above means that it won't be sitting in the box. So that would work. So that's like a little fun detail. It's a little more fun. Now, I also think that if I added some dots to it and put them up, I don't know. It's kind of I'm trying to decide like where does this need to be? All right. So next Friday, I will be back. I will be back here, and I really hope that you would be able to join me. It was so wonderful to see so many of you return and spend part of your Friday evening with me, wherever you are. My friends in Canada, my friends on the East Coast, my friends Midwest, and let's see, Australia. I saw one of my Australian friends here on the West Coast. Where else did I see? Did I see? Hmm. Did I miss anybody? I uh, I like that little extra something there. I hope that I will get a chance to see you next Friday. And I am planning on I'm thinking what I will do is I will probably do late night crafty clubs like every other Friday starting in September. At the end of the month is our wedding anniversary, so I don't have a late night crafty club scheduled for the last weekend of August. That is our 10-year anniversary. Um, and then I think September I will start the new regime of doing them like every other Friday. I think that's what I'll do. But how does that sound? Are you guys down with that? Does that sound like a fun thing to do? Because I can't honestly I can't remember really what my schedule looked like for the late night crafty club before. I know there were times where I was doing it every Friday. There was a season where I was doing it that way. Then there was a time when we started like once we got in the RV, it kind of changed, obviously, because we were so dependent on the Wi-Fi issue and all that. So it obviously would have made a difference. Oh my gosh, I so love my cards tonight. Yay. It was a good craft night. A good craft night was had by all. Well, I hope you enjoyed making your cards. Whatever you made, how many cards were you guys able to make tonight? Hi, Heather Hansen in Monterey. Okay, so I made 5. That is my new record. Okay, so I made 5 tonight. Woohoo! Ah, I'm so excited. Everybody has a tab. So that's my new record. Read 'em and weep. If I knew how to play poker, but I don't. But I always wanted to say that. Read 'em and weep, boys. And thank you very much for the well wishes. Um, the interesting thing about Mark's and I anniversary is very much tied to TRG because that was the very first giveaway hashtag I ever did on Instagram had to do with our wedding. And that was the very like the beginning of my Instagram channel and the beginning of our um we hadn't even let's see, where's my little hold please. I'm just looking for some. We hadn't even started our business yet. It was just my little Instagram channel at that point. But it did not take long after that. I looked it up. I asked the internet about the Reset Girl. I wanted to see what it said, and it said that it was established in November of 2014. So that is what was it Chat GPT said it? I can't remember which one of them told me, but I was just curious what it would say. So that is correct, though. That is when we launched our sticker shop, was in November of 2014. So it was spookily accurate. So we will be celebrating our 10-year anniversary of TRG this fall. So that is why I'm trying to get my act together and getting everything in all in order so that I can have the kind of like the new little path in the new little direction of what I'm trying to accomplish and do, which is why I'm kind of quiet for the most part. I'm quiet with behind the scenes. I am working, pivoting, trying to figure out so many things I have to learn. So, but it's good. And I really appreciate seeing so many of you come back to the Late Night Crafty Club. It's very encouraging, and it's so much fun to hang out with you. And I appreciate each and every single one of you coming back and spending time with me and crafting with me, or just chatting with me, being in the chat room. There's so many other things you could be doing on a Friday night. So I appreciate that you are choosing to spend some of it with me. There we go. A lot of you guys have been, so I know that quite a few of you have been together for a long time. There's a lot of long-term marriages in this community. That much I know. Yeah. So that is wonderful. That is wonderful. For Chris, Janice said 5. Congrats on 10 years. Ours is 43. That is wonderful. I'm really, really, I'm happy for so many of you that are married, that are enjoying life with your spouse. The world that we live in just gets more and more challenging. So it's wonderful that, um, for those of you who have persevered in your marriage for such a long time, who have found your someone, and that you still persevere through the challenges of life, and can find so much joy in just the everyday of life. That through all of the different changes, those of you who've been married for so long, I find that so remarkable to think about. Like, for some of you, you can remember. I think about my parents when I say this too, is like, you can remember when you guys were like so young. Some of you got married when you were in your early 20s. My parents got married when they were 20 and 21. And I thought about that when my father passed away, is like, for my mom, how hard that must be when her entire adult life, that's all she's ever known is being my dad's wife. Like, that is her entire identity. And for some of you, that is like, that is what it is like. And I find that incredible, remarkable, amazing. And so that has always been an amazing thing to me, that in this community there's been so many long-term marriages. I've always found that remarkable. So as being someone who is just not had that, I'm just so blessed by that. I just think it's wonderful. So thank you guys so much for spending time with me. And really, I'm just I'm very lucky to have you. And I hope that I'll see you on next Friday. If you're not out on a hot date with your significant other, because you're just like, we're married, let's go out. Or you're like us, we're married, let's stay in. We don't people. Remember, this show was created for introverts. That was the entire point of the Late Night Crafty Club, is we celebrate being home. We're homesy, or indoorsy. So I'll see you next Friday with new little goodies in the shop, extra stuff. So thank you again for everyone who placed an order. I really appreciate that. And again, if you didn't get a bingo sheet, please sign up for a bingo sheet at theresetgirl.com. You can find don't go to resetgirl.com. The description box of this video has a link. It's right at the top, and you will get on the newsletter. And I just sent my first Late Night Club newsletter out yesterday, and it was just a reminder. 100 of you signed up to be on it, and I just let you know, hey, tomorrow's a Late Night Crafty Club. Don't be late. And here's a link to the video. So it's just a nice little convenient reminder that I'm letting you know it's there. So I'm like your little reminder, your little friend, your little crafty friend. Bring your scissors and something to sip. Short and sweet. All right. I love you. I don't really want to hang up. Now you hang up. But anyway, love your, let's see. I'm not sure. Let's see. Did I miss? Hopefully I did not miss the question. I'm not sure if I did or not. See you next Friday. See you next Friday. See you next Friday. We need to see you next Friday song. But we do have a song. It's okay. Is anybody else getting computer jargon with their text messages? Miss Rachel, if you give us an email, Corey@theresetgirl.com. And we'll see if we can help you. Okay. And I'm not sure if anyone else had anything to say. Okay. Excellent, Jonna. That's wonderful news. Okay. I love your little faces. You guys have a wonderful week. Thanks for crafting with me. Thanks, Replay Club, for watching. And be sure to leave some comments in the comment box below. Let me know what you were crafting. Let me know what you were going on in this video. Just because there's not a chat room doesn't mean you can't participate too. The Replay Club gets the whole comment section. Let me know. Okay? Love your face. Bye, everybody. Goodbye, 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 goodbye.
Say, oh playmate, come out and play with me, and bring your dollies 3. Climb up my apple tree, look down my rain barrel, slide down my cellar door, and we'll be jolly friends forevermore. Say, oh playmate, come out and play with me, and bring your dollies 3. Climb up my apple tree, look down my rain barrel, slide down my cellar door, and we'll be jolly friends forevermore. Say, oh playmate, come out and play with me, and bring your dollies 3. Climb up my apple tree, look down my rain barrel, slide down my cellar door, and we'll be jolly friends forevermore. Say, oh playmate, come out and play with me, and bring your dollies 3. Climb up my apple tree, come and climb my tree, look down my rain barrel, slide down my door, and we'll be friends forever. Say, oh playmate, come out and play with me, and leave those dolls at home. You can come along, look down my rain barrel,